Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Inside KISD, student-produced news. I'm Christian Santos.
And I'm Tyson Denton. Thanks for joining us.
On this week's episode, we'll meet Mrs. Perkins, a KCC English teacher, work a concert with our AV production crew, and watch teachers and admin get a pie in the face.
We'll also hear about the Black Plague coming to the KCC, check in on the holiday supply drive, and check in with the Harker Heights High School and 6A football playoffs. All this and more on Inside KISD.
The Clean ISD Alumni Association has started their annual Poinsettias for Purpose fundraiser. All funds raised through poinsettia sales provide scholarship opportunities for KISD graduating seniors in the 2022 and 2023 school year. This year, the Alumni Association is set to provide 6 scholarships of $1,000 each. If you would like to embrace the season of giving with a poinsettia purchase or donate to the Alumni Association Scholarship Fundraiser, contact the Killeen Education Foundation at 254-336-1082.
KISD wouldn't be what it is without teachers. On this week's Teacher Spotlight, AV1 student Darren Penn introduced us to Mrs. Perkins, a KCC English teacher.
Good morning, I'm Tanisha Perkins and I'm an English teacher. I have been in education since 1998. I've taught everything from middle school to high school to college. So my favorites in middle school were 8th grade, 10th and 12th grade in high school, and then sophomores and juniors in college. I've always had a love for education. I was the nerdiest athlete you could find in school. My mom was a teacher's aide in high school, and my dad was a custodian. So seeing them interact with students on campus and off campus was probably an inspiration. I had an English teacher in high school who was very hard. Her name was Miss Mack. I'll never forget Miss Mack. Standing in front of her and reciting conjugations and reciting Romeo lines from Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, she was a big influence. I love the holidays. Probably November, December time frame, seeing how everybody celebrates. It's also the ending of football season, the beginning of basketball season, and seeing, just kids get excited about their sports. I enjoy reading. I enjoy traveling, exercising. I've been a Zumba instructor since 2009. I would probably go into journalism. My minor in college was mass communications, and I did a show pretty much on our campus which highlighted things going on the campus and in the neighborhood. And I've had articles printed in the newspaper. It's something I always enjoy. I am a night owl. I love the 10 to 12 o'clock hours at night because I can get anything done in those 2 hours that would take me all day to do. I'm super ultra focused around that time. I love seeing students, that light bulb come on with students, like seeing them get something that may have been hard for them and finally grasping the concept. When I'm at school, I love listening to so-fi music or R&B or old school music, sometimes Latin music, Hispanic music. The most difficult part of teaching is getting students to believe in themselves. Because there are students who have had negative experiences where they haven't been successful, and getting them to trust me enough to believe that I have the experience and the knowledge to get them to where they need to be.
The next academic planning fair will be from January 12, 2023 to 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. here at the KISD Career Center. The fair will connect both middle and high school students, as well as parents with the high school programs available for students across the district, highlighting KISD programs such as AV production, radio, veterinary assistant, welding, auto tech, and many more. The fair will take place at the Clayton ISD Career Center, 1320 Stagecoach Road in Killeen in January of next year.
Recently, our AV production crew worked hand in hand with the professional stagehands of IATSE Local 331 to help load in and set up a concert for the band Casting Crowns at the Bell County Expo Center. Student journalist Hamida Botchway fills us in on the hard work her and her crew members put in for the show.
Put it down here, take a good big piece, and just kind of lay it down right there about a 1/4 inch.
So what we're doing here today is we're setting up the concert for Casting Crowns. We're setting up lights, visual, audio. We're doing everything from the ground up.
So what we kind of did here today is we, at least for my experience, we set up one of the video panels, which was really fun to do because I got to see how the whole thing kind of came together. And it was really interesting to see how it came together because you go to concerts and stuff and you see those big giant like TV panels and sometimes you wonder how they get together, and we actually got to put them together today. It was a really fun experience because there's a lot of cool people here. Jacob, who was advising us with the TV panel stuff, he was really cool. He was telling us we were doing a great job, and I really appreciated being able to come out here today, and I'm going to be out here tonight at 9:30.
My favorite part of the day was setting up the video wall. We were clamping it down. It was a lot of fun working with the other guys here.
So basically my favorite part of the day was probably setting up the lights on the stage and doing the Velcro and putting everything onto the stage, like the equipment.
So I think my favorite part of the evening was just working with everybody and, kind of like lining everything up and raising it up and just seeing the work get done was probably my favorite part today.
I do feel sorry for the guys that don't get to come here. I really, really recommend joining this class and getting all the work experience we can here. These work-based field trips are the best part of this class, for sure.
Like, if you're not here at all, they're missing out on all the fun.
Timber Ridge Elementary School ushered in the season of gratitude recently with its very own Ranger Thanksgiving Day Parade. Initiated by 5th grade teacher Nicole Green, each grade level received a theme and classes came up with costumes or a float or some combination to illustrate the given theme. Once completed, students rolled their creations around the school building as a large group of parents walked from the street and sidewalk, continuing the school's Thanksgiving Day Parade tradition once more year.
The Taffy Club here at KCC recently wrapped up their most recent toy drive. Led by Ileana and Sophia, two education and trading students, the supply drive helped supply toys to local children in need. Student journalist Briana Razo fills us on the drive.
Through the Taffy program, we are working with MCH Family Outreach to help collect donation items to create family baskets to help struggling families in our community.
So Taffy is a teaching program, so it stands for Texas Association of Future Educators, and basically it's students from the education program who are working together, and we just do different things for the community and so forth. So we have this donation box here from the Career Center, and we also have a donation box at Harker Heights from Interact Club. So we've just been getting some donations from students, and it's going pretty well so far. We have until November 18th to get the donations. So after the 18th, we're going to put together different gift baskets for the children at the MCH Family Outreach, and we're going to be giving them to them as like Christmas presents.
The idea kind of came from, I want to be a social worker, and so I've been looking more into families that are in need within our community and how I can learn more and gain experience in that field. And so I looked at different family outreach programs in different fostering care areas, and I found MCH Family Outreach and saw their messages that they had and really connected with that. And so we wanted to do something to help with them and the community. This has been pretty rewarding. We've been able to gain a lot of lifelong experiences that we can carry on throughout our future careers, whether that is teaching or going into some type of educational career later on in life.
The Clean ISD Special Olympics Dream Team received an enthusiastic send-off from Ellison's cheerleaders, the band's drumline, and the Eagles football team Friday before Thanksgiving break, marking the start of the Special Olympics bowling season. A total of 8 teams representing the area school districts and totaling about 200 student athletes participated in the bowling competition at the Phantom Warrior Bowling Lanes in Fort Hood. The bowling event has not happened since 2020, and the Clean ISD Special Education Coordinator, Kevin Langston, said the students were excited to be back on the lanes. The 37 4th through 12th graders who make up Clean ISDs will also have a chance to participate in basketball and track in the spring.
The Black Plague recently made its way through Mr. Hennick's history class, striking down a third of his classroom in a Black Plague reenactment. Student journalist Dekaedence Gideon braved the sickness to get the story.
So what we're doing here today is we're at the point in our study that we are in the Middle Ages, and we're focusing on how trade starts to come back around into Europe, which inadvertently brings the Black Plague from Asia to Europe and wipes out like 2/3 of the population. Students are responding to this lesson very positively. They always have fun with it. As I move through the room, if I touch your shoulder, sometimes I'll ask for a high five, and kids inadvertently aren't thinking and they give me a high five. But if I touch you, you've caught the plague and you die. And we take them out and we dispose of their body in the hallway, And by the time a lot of students have passed away, some kids are, like if I walk by the room, they're falling out of their chairs, they're keeping an eye on me, they're really paying close attention to the lesson because they're more worried about me getting too close to them and possibly giving them the plague. So they have fun with it.
So we got a bunch of people in close proximity. It's easier to pass diseases when we're close to each other. So remember the whole 6-foot thing during COVID? Yeah, there's a reason for that.
I do think it's important for students to learn this lesson because it kind of gives us an idea of how we started practicing modern day medicine. Washing our hands, developing different antibiotics and things that will help us get to this point where our lifespan is increased significantly compared to the people that lived during this time period. So it teaches us that lesson, and then it just teaches us how connected the world is, how something that starts all the way in East Asia can move all the way to the most western point of Europe and affect so many lives.
The Hucker Heights Knights turned the day after Thanksgiving into a red and black Friday with a 63-35 victory in the third round of the playoffs. The Knights' win over Spring Dekaedence sets a new standard for the Hucker Heights football program and KISD. They are the first district team to ever advance to the fourth round in the 6A playoffs. The win sets up a meeting with the DeSoto Eagles this Friday at Baylor's McLean Stadium in the 6A Division II Region II final at 7 p.m.
The votes were tallied and several KCC teachers and admin recently received a pie in the face. The culminating event for DECA's Food for Families canned food drive, student journalist Jalen Wiggins steps up to the whipped cream fray to bring us the story.
Food for Families was one of the things that I advocated to participate in. The district is supporting Food for Families this year, which is, I think it's the 33rd year of Food for Families. It covers 9 counties, and it is a food drive to raise food for people that don't necessarily have food for the holidays. Last year they raised $2.6 million. It's actually a little more than that, 2.6 something million pounds of food. As campus, we have taken that on to have a food drive here. We knew that kids would need an incentive, and so we came up with this pie in the face idea. And so when the kids have brought food in to donate, they could vote. Yes, that teacher gets a pie in the face. No, that teacher does not get a pie in the face. It's a district initiative, but it's also really important to support your community. And it's Thanksgiving, and we all need to, dig deep and be grateful for the things that we have and share for those that don't have. Anyway, so it's going to be a collection of kids. You've got 16 teachers and 3 administrators that have volunteered to participate. Some of them thought that it was going to be like a contest and whoever raised the most food was going to get the pie in the face, but no, it's a tally. And the kids have voted, yes, you're getting a pie in the face, or no, you're not.
What color was your English notebook in high school? Was it green, blue, or even red? What about history? AB1 correspondent Catherine Baldovino hit the streets in this week's Vox Pop segment to find out how the people color code their studies.
Hi, I'm Eva, and today I'm going to be asking people what their preferred color is for the 4 main school subjects: English, history, math, and science.
Red would be English.
English is green.
English, purple.
I'm gonna go English yellow.
Yellow for reading.
History is green.
History, red.
History is like red.
History's red.
History's blue.
For math, I do green.
Blue is for math.
Red is math.
Math is red.
Science, I would say yellow. Science is blue.
Red for science. Green for science.
Put science as purple.
Science is always green. Math is always blue. Red is English because it's not my favorite subject. I didn't say that as a teacher. And then what's left? History, like brown.
Math is definitely black, because I never liked it.
Red would be history, blue would be English, and green would be science.
Red is math, history is yellow, science is blue, and ELA is purple. Okay.
Thank you for watching Inside KISD student-produced television. For Christian Santos, our crew backstage, and all of us here at the Career Center, I'm Tyson Denton, and we'll see you next time on Inside KISD.
Our vision is to empower students to be knowledgeable, confident in their skills, prepared, and competitive as they transition into post-secondary education and career opportunities as productive members of society. The KISD Career Center. Dream big, work hard,